Boy, the hits keep on coming for Stellantis. I got to tell you, we talked about a couple of maybe a month ago now, where the Indiana State Police were having problems with their Dodge Durango pursuit vehicles, right? Oil was getting mixed in with the water, with the coolant, and it was grenading engines. Well, seems like it's more of a widespread problem. Merrillville Police Chief slams, I'll put it up here for you, slams Stellantis over faulty Dodge Durangos, forced to sell them all at a significant loss.
For the longest time, whoa, for the longest
time. Percocet, Miley Percocet, Percocet, Miley Percocet, Percocet, got it.
So as you can see here, the Merrillville Police Chief, Constantinos, criticized Stellantis for selling faulty Dodge Durango pursuit vehicles which experienced engine failures. The department purchased the SUVs due to supply chain issues with Ford vehicles during the pandemic, but now faces a significant financial loss. Despite promises of repairs, the vehicles remain out of service, prompting the department to seek help from the Indiana Attorney General's office. Damn. He said, quote, "Our primary concern must always be the safety of our community. It is heartbreaking to acknowledge that we cannot provide the reliable service you deserve when our vehicles are prone to unexpected breakdowns in the line of duty." The chief said Merrillville Police had previously relied on Ford police interceptors as the backbone of its fleet. However, due to supply chain disruptions during COVID-19 pandemic, the department was unable to acquire them between 20 and 23. The chief said the department was forced to look at other options in order to maintain operational effectiveness and turn to a local dealer who advertised the Durango as a suitable alternative. Unfortunately, what began as a hopeful solution has turned into a profound disappointment. In late 2022, the chief said the SUVs began encountering a significant and alarming issue with their oil coolers, which led to engine failures. He said most of the Durangos had less than 15,000 miles on them. As a result of the engine failures, the chief said the Durangos were out of service and could not protect the community for prolonged periods on multiple occasions. We've tirelessly sought resolutions through our dealer and escalated the matter to Dodge and Stellantis. In May of this year, we were promised that in 2 weeks would have a revised part to remedy this issue. Yet here we are, months later, still awaiting promised repairs and revision. Damn. The chief said, despite the department's best efforts and assurances they received from the dealer, he decided to sell the Durangos prematurely. The chief went on to blast Dodge for not taking responsibility for the problem, which he said left his department unable to fulfill their duty to protect and serve the community. All of us, taxpayers and police departments alike, have paid for a compromised product, and Dodge has failed to take responsibility or provide a viable solution. Nor have they offered any type of compensation for the downtime of these vehicles. Whoo! They have reached out to the Indiana State Attorney General, and they are reaching out to Stellantis directly. Look, we talked about this when it came down to the Indiana State Police. And I know people are laughing about it now, right? Like, people are actively in, I don't even want to say what kind of cars they're driving, but they're literally at takeovers. And if they roll up in a Durango pursuit vehicle, they're literally laughing at them. Because it's literally like playing, it's a crapshoot. It's literally, is the engine going to blow on this pursuit? Am I putting my life at risk and or the lives of the community at risk if I chase this person and this engine grenades on me because there's coolant and oil mixing together? Really bad look for Stellantis. Really, really bad look for Stellantis here. And it's crazy because now this police department is going to have to come, either they're going to get old vehicles. You know what I've seen in some cases too, because this wasn't happening just in Indiana. I've also seen in Illinois where departments have unretired vehicles that the counties and cities were going to sell, like Crown Victorias. They decided not to sell them. They decided to put them back into service, put the stickers on them, put the lights back in them, and put them right back into service. Because you know what? The older Explorers and the Crown Vics, they're reliable. They're not blowing up left, right, and center. This looks really bad for Dodge and Stellantis. And the reason why it also looks bad, this again, and I'm going to say this, and I know I harp on this, but somebody's got to get the message here. This all comes back to Carlos Tavares. Him making the consistent cost-cutting measures on parts, lower quality parts, and all of those cost-cutting measures to try to save money and inflate the stock are now actively putting citizens in communities at risk where these vehicles are being used in active service at police departments. Think about that. The cost cutting by Carlos Tavares could cost somebody their life, could also kill a police officer that's driving that vehicle if the engine grenades blows up and that officer loses control, could harm somebody in the public, in the community. It's time to get rid of that CEO, man. He's got to go. He's got to go. I mean, really think about this, man. The cloud that is hanging over this company of Stellantis right now, the massive failure, the delays in the EVs. You can't even build an internal combustion engine vehicle anymore. And you think police departments are going to come back to you for Charger EV vehicles? You think they're going to buy Grand Wagoneer police editions from you? You're smoking crack. Smoking crack. You can't even get a reliable Hurricane engine out there. People are having issues with these things grenading left and right. Why? Not maybe because of the engine itself, but because of the decisions that the CEO has made to invest in cheaper parts. If you want to cheap out on the product and you cheap out on the process, this is the consequence of doing that. There is no other way to say it. You cannot cost cut your way into permanent profitability. It doesn't work that way. It works in the short term. This has happened multiple times in history. It's not hard to understand. So now, instead of having a good customer like the state of Indiana, you've now burned the state police, multiple local police departments. The only thing I will say for this chief is, and I'm guessing they bought it before the Indiana State Police story came out. But if you're a police department right now in the United States, a county municipality, and you buy any Stellantis product, your citizens should vote you out of office. Like, seriously. Between the Grand Wagoneers locking up and throwing a parking pin and like literally shutting down in the middle of a highway, locked up. Durangos mixing oil and coolant together and grenading engines while officers are on a call. Nah, man. If you're a municipality and you buy a Stellantis product and somebody gets hurt, you should get sued as a municipality as well as Stellantis. But you as a municipality, knowing the record and what they have here and what Stellantis is not doing to fix the issues, you should, one, get voted out of office, and your municipality should get sued into oblivion. Just saying. These are the decisions that have to be made. The only thing that this company is going to understand, their board of directors, is money. And if we stop giving them money, if municipalities stop giving them money, stop buying their fleet vehicles, stop giving them shit, nothing, give them zero. That it goes for Jeep and everything else. If nobody buys their products, they're not going to have any choice but to make changes. And until those changes happen, us as consumers and you guys as municipalities should not be spending any money with these SOBs. Just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, stay petty, my friends.
Whoopee!